T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Well, a very good evening and welcome to each and every one of you joining me, Miss Belinda Scadell and Mr. Brandon McCaffrey.
Hello.
Dale Wingbottom, how are you?
I didn't do it.
We gathered flowers, you gorgeous little thing, aren't you?
I didn't do it.
So gorgeous. You've got a bit of dandruff. Anyway, we've got a marvellous show lined up for you today. We're really happy. Who's on the show today, please?
Who's on the show today? We have got Charissa, who's here to talk to us about forgotten voices.
We've also got the legend from UK Drag Race, that is the fabulous Victoria Scone. Scone.
And with us live, we have Joe Britton.
And of course, we've got Jodie Prenger as well. It's all coming for you on tonight's massive show. How are you, love?
I'm good. How have you been?
I'm all right. I've just had a little coffee all the way from Measuring Gill.
Oh,
so
aren't you
nice.
fancy? Aren't you fancy?
Got the special cup. Where were
Oh, there she goes. You've got a special
There
cup.
we go. So that's been nice. That's been wonderful. What have you done this week? Anything and nothing?
I've been quite busy. Going to London this weekend.
Have you? Are you?
Are
you? What are you doing there, Flo?
I'm going to meet a couple of friends. Going to go see a comedy show.
Lovely. What about you, Dale? Are you doing anything this week?
No.
Thank you. Okay.
He's a bit stuffed.
I'm just.
Yes, I am.
I'm really. I'm just going to be busy. You know, as it is.
I know we know.
yes.
Are you two going to kiss or what?
No, I can't because it's Clinique.
Wow.
It would ruin all sorts of things. We have got a marvellous show lined up for you, like I said, but we've been checking out a great show this week.
Have you? What
So
you checking
Priscilla's been in town this week.
Yes.
Priscilla's been in town, and also a wonderful musical that I'm sure everybody knows called Grease. Check this out.
This car could be systematic, hydromatic. Why, it could be greased lightning. Greased lightning? Grease lightning, you're burning up the corner. Grease lightning. Grease lightning, you're cruising through the gate lamp track. Grease lightning, go, grease lightning. Watch supreme, the chicks will scream for grease and lightning.
So it is. It's marvellous. It's all brand new, Dale. Brand new, Brandon. I don't know which is the new puppet.
We know you're the only
confusing,
Muppet.
eh? Both of you like being work the same way. Anyway, so it's really good. Peter Andre, of course, is playing in this at the moment as Vince Fontaine and as, of course, Teenage as well. Your story's sad to tell.
Oh, I love Teenage.
Teenage ne'er-do.
Oh, I love it.
Most mixed up non-delinquent on the block.
I really want her suddenly to be in the diapers like the angels. Like, can we send you this? Can we get this sorted?
I mean, I would if I could, but I don't think I'd look
I went
great.
all on inside.
Oh,
Yes.
I bet you did, hon. I bet you did.
Hang on, I think it was an accident. Yeah,
You didn't do it.
Didn't do it.
you didn't do it.
I'll tell you what, though, everybody should check this out because I have to say, Grease is most definitely the word. We are now joined by an absolute legend, and they are a legend.
They are a legend.
They are an absolute legend. RuPaul's Drag Race UK.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. I mean, if it was you, you'd have gone out episode 1, wouldn't you?
More than likely, Flower. One person who definitely would have gone all the way, had things not occurred, is this lady. It's Victoria Scone, everybody. Welcome, Victoria. How are you?
Hello.
I'm very well, thank you. How are you both?
I mean, you're looking fantastic. It's just normal day wear for you, is it?
Well, it's a little bit spooky for me, actually. I've tried.
You look amazing. How's it all been for you? I mean, obviously, when was the UK version filmed? When did it start filming?
Years ago, it feels like. It's been amazing. Lots has happened since then, but the response has been incredible. My short-lived moments there, as you said, I've Scone, but I've not forgotten.
Yes. And how is the knee? Is the knee okay?
It's much better now, thank you. Yes, it's had lots and lots of physiotherapy.
Oh, fantastic.
So does that mean then that you'll be in the next season?
Well, you know as much as I do at this moment. What Ruth said.
That's very true.
Victoria Scone. That's literally all I know for now. So yeah.
Well, I'd like to. I'm sure, obviously, because you've had quite the reception. Obviously, you were the first ever AbFab, the first ever female born person who's been on the show. And that's incredible. Like you've got such a platform. I love that you used AbFab for that.
Thank you.
And it's incredible. Did you expect such a response from the community?
Oh God, no! I prepared myself for the very, very worst, actually. But yeah, it was overwhelmingly positive. I think I expected a relatively positive response from the queer community and yeah, within the scene, because this isn't a new thing really for the majority of the queer community. I didn't invent the art of doing drag for women. Women have been doing it for years and years and years, but I just happened to be the first to go on a little TV show called RuPaul's Drag Race. But yeah, I was apprehensive for what the general public would think. Let's say that. But
so you're now about then to turn your hand to the world of Disney, I believe, then doing something quite special for us in the next few weeks. Perhaps tell us a little bit more about that.
Yes, so we're going on tour in about a week's time for Halloween. So that'll be with Club Kids, and you can get your tickets at clubkids.co.uk. And because you're listening to me today, I've got a treat for you. You can get 20% off with code Disney 2020, which is very confusing because it's the year 2021. So God knows why it's 2020, but it is. It's Disney 2020. And we are with you on the 20th of October. So only a week or so away, if that.
And what can we expect from that show then?
So I am playing the part of Evil Queen from Snow White.
Oh, very nice.
Yes. I nabbed that role very quickly. I've said it before. I said it in my Meet the Queens that I wanted to play an evil queen, and here we are, before even Pantheon season has arrived.
The villains always get the best crack at the whip anyway, don't they?
All the best characters are villains, yes. And people have only seen this campy side of me, so going to entertain my dark side, but it's still going to be camp. It's always camp.
So what kind of songs can we expect to see? Because Evil Queen doesn't really have many genuine songs that are well known throughout the films. What kind of things we can expect from you then?
Yeah, well, I'll give you some hints and clues. So it's going to be, maybe a bit about poison and things like that. Maybe mirrors and spells. Yes, it's going to be interpretive. It's going to be in the style of Evil Queen.
Absolutely.
And then what's next for you after this then? After you've done your stint as a Disney villain, where'd you go then? What'd you do?
I'm going on tour. I'm going on my solo tour. January. That was a lovely segue there.
Thank you.
Yes, so I am in you on the 12th of January.
You're in me. Well, I'm glad to know, because do you know what? I never get a warning.
I'll be at the back of the queue. 12th of January, Jam Packed is the tour name. Victoria's sponsored Jam Packed, and that's also with Club Kids. You can get tickets there. There's no offer on that one yet because it's selling quite well, dears, I must tell you.
I could imagine that would sell quite well, yes. I mean, it's you all over. What's your inspiration for the type of drag that you do then?
I think panto, really. I've been in panto since I was a young age, so I think that's heavily influenced me. But definitely sort of old drag, traditional showgirl, bastard drag, really, if I'm allowed to say
yes, that. You can say what you want on this programme.
Because I'd say, even from what we've seen on the show, you've got, what I always thought the first two seasons didn't have as much, is you've got the British drag, back in, half a bit of mascara going, right, we got a show to do. And I think you absolutely bring that out whenever you perform. So I'm excited for this solo show. Great.
It's going to be good. It's just fantastic what you're doing. And from the drag community, I don't know if you can tell, from the drag community, it actually is a pleasure. I am. This is what Rita Fairclough looks like in the daytime. Yes, that's indeed. Right. It's an absolute pleasure to see what you're doing, and I really hope that you do come back in the next season just as strong as you were right at the very beginning. But please don't do anything else that's going to damage your knee, will you, please?
Please don't, because a lot of people want to see what else you're going to do.
Exactly. Victoria Scone, thank you very much for your time today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Well, have we got an absolute treat for you now on the show, everybody? Yes, indeed. Don't write a letter when you want to leave. Tell me on a Sunday and take that look off your face. Yes, indeed, everybody. We are now joined by the very gorgeous and talented Miss Jodie Prundra, everybody. Welcome to the show. How are you?
I am doing grand. How are you doing? You all right?
I'm all right. I mean, this is a show and a half, isn't it? It might only be one act, but it's you and you only follow one act.
I know. You stuck with me for 20-odd songs. I mean, what sort of night out is that?
But they're quite
No, it
amazing
is.
songs, aren't they?
Oh, they're beautiful. Joking apart, they really are beautiful. I mean,
Yeah.
there's the Time on a Sunday, Take That Look Off Your Face. But I love there's a song called Cap Teeth and Caesar Salad. Love that song. Love
Yeah,
it.
it's cracking, that
Get
one.
to wear
It's
this
cracking.
Kaftan.
Oh, very good. Now, you're playing the character Emma. Perhaps tell us a bit about the character Emma.
Oh, she's a troubled soul. She's a troubled soul in the way that she goes away to America and she kind of meets these men that literally half of them I want to slap senseless. And it's kind of her trials and tribulation with life. And God love her. She's a Mills and Boone. She's like me, and she fights through and she sings lots of lovely songs. And she finally realizes they're a bunch of not very nice, like the flamboyants. Oh God, I'm turned into one of those people I hate. You know, there's actresses. You know, it's all about the art, darling.
But it is, though, because, you must feel passionate enough to take on a role like this, and you must be very excited when you get offered a role like this. I mean, you've had some mega roles, haven't you?
I've been lucky. I have been so grateful, and it's been lovely to play so many different roles. Miss Hannigan, One Man, Two Governors, Helen in Taste of Honey, Shareesa Valentine, love that role so much. Hushy by Mountain at Hope Mill. I am very, very lucky to kind of continue working. I'm surprised they had me back half the time.
I suppose I want to ask, is there a favourite one of them roles that you've played?
I think roles are like children. You can't really tell them which is your favourite, but we all know which it is. But there's always kind of parts that you play in every show, and it's the memories, and it's I call them families, but they are your show families, and it's the people that you take away with you for life. You know, it's quite special to have that.
The lyrics by Don Black, I mean, they just must be a sheer joy to speak and sing.
Massively. Do you know what I said? He's the only man that walks this planet that I'd never like to play a game of Scrabble against. He'd always win. He is the loveliest man, and he is just a beautiful talent. So just singing his lyrics it's just lovely. It's glorious.
So then it's on from the 19th to 23rd over at the Lowry. Why should people, this is the hard sell bit now, why should people come and watch this glorious show?
Because if they don't, you just sat at home doing nothing. And we've been through enough doing nothing. Let's do something.
Oh,
it's not take that look off your face. It's not take that look off your face. It's take that arse off your seat. Come on.
It's amazing. I'm definitely going to come and see this because it's an early night, so you can come and enjoy yourself, and then you can pop back out and carry on with your night, and you've still had a glorious night. So it works well. There's a lot of one-act shows at the moment, isn't it? Why do you think that's like a trend at the moment?
I think it's something that we've got used to. I think it's something that people feel safe with. I think we go in and it's almost like kind of having two nights in one. And I think that trend will continue. And it's good. I think our attention spans are much shorter, and that's due to the lovely land of face cloth. And I can't tell you what I call the other ones. But it's what we're used to. So I think that will continue as a massive trend for a very long time.
What a big, amazing.
Yes.
Tell me on a Sunday, please.
I can see why they didn't hire you for it now.
I think I'd make a wonderful Tell Me on a Sunday, Emma.
I think you'd be fantastic. I think Jodie might be a little bit better.
Take that look off your face.
Can I get a harassment order, please? Can I have an RO? Can I have a restraining order, please? Thank you.
Oh, dear. Tell Me on a Sunday, by the way, playing for us, Flo, is here with us at the Lowry, everybody, and it's here from the 19th to the 23rd of October, so it's going to be quite amazing.
Absolutely.
It's going to be quite amazing. Now, like we said, we have been at Ezra and Gill this week.
Yes, we have.
Ezra and Gill.
See, we got a product placement. We just got a bit of product placement.
A bit of product placement, but I have to say I went in there the other day for a bit of smashed avocado and a proper poached egg.
Was it nice?
Oh, it was lovely.
Oh, fantastic. I mean, they kind of got something for everyone, don't they?
They have, and the venue is absolutely stunning as well, isn't it? So
because you can go in, it doesn't matter if you're a meat eater or a vegetarian or vegan or non-gluten, they've got something for everyone, which I think is great.
They really have. And they've got a little shop, as you can see there, where you can get the produce that they actually use.
Oh, fantastic.
Whilst they're there. That's the table I always sit at, number 17. It's absolutely stunning.
And age, I think she is.
I go into an old shop, I do. I do. All right then, everybody, sit back and relax. You've seen this lady over the last few weeks doing a minute of Mojo. Today we're going a little bit in depth, but first, let's have the title. L3. There we go then. So we are now joined by Jo Britton. Welcome.
Hello.
You're in the studio.
We get to see you in full on reality and everything.
How's your mojo?
My mojo's lifted since I've known you, I tell you.
Brilliant.
There's not many people know that we've been actually in contact since we set up this lovely sort of business of ours, and you have helped us so very much. First of all, I want to ask, before we get into the topic here, how do you go about helping people? What's the trick there?
What do you mean help? It's just a natural thing. You spot people who want a bit of help, and maybe they don't really realise it, but I'm just naturally like that. I think.
Do you find that people are a bit coy about coming to you for help?
They can be. Some people are quite shy at times, but actually, since I've been working with you guys as well, my goodness, so many people reaching out through Instagram and Facebook.
That's what we like to
amazing.
hear. It is amazing.
The city talks, isn't it?
Yes, indeed, most definitely.
The city comes to talk like that.
We've brought you in today to talk about a subject. What subject are we talking about today?
Well, this has been going on for quite a little while now. Pandemic hangover.
Oh, what's this?
Is that?
So, at the minute, if you're feeling, I'm talking to a lot of people at the moment who, despite the fact that we're getting back to a bit of normalcy, they're feeling a bit, like a bit more anxious about doing things again for the first time, like getting public transport, going back into the office.
Yeah.
And the mojo's draining. The thing is, with this pandemic hangover, it's not like we've had the big party, have we?
No,
either?
You didn't get the night before. You just got the day after.
Just got the day after, and that day after, it's like the longest hangover on record, I think.
So, how do people deal with their pandemic hangover then?
So I'm all about Mojo.
Yeah, absolutely.
And your Mojo is your energy and your motivation and your enthusiasm and your ability to bounce back and get back from setbacks and just keep being productive and healthy. And there's a method to it actually as well. So Mojo is the word, but actually Mojo is a method as well, and it stands for things. So are you up for a bit of participation?
Go on.
I love the game.
Why not?
Now, you guys don't look like particularly stressed or anxious.
I put on a very good face.
It's an hour later than what I
on
was.
makeup.
Go on, what would you like us to do?
Well, there's a starting point for anybody that's feeling a bit stressed or a bit anxious.
Yeah.
Give your body a 30-second vigorous shake. So we're going to do it.
I think it might fall out, but we're going to do it.
And also
I hope you're
have
secured.
a good belly laugh at the same time as well. While we do it. Yeah.
This last time me and him laughed, it didn't stop. Okay, are you ready? Here we go then. So what should we do? Just shake
Just shake it off.
Shake it all out.
Like the
Feel like Taylor Swift,
shake it off. Shake it off.
So if you do that whenever you're feeling anxious or stressed, it dissipates that emotion. So energy in motion. And it's like, if you see a wild animal and they've been under threat, and if you watch them afterwards, when that threat goes away, they'll shake their body off.
Right.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
So it's exactly the same.
Like a wet dog.
Like a wet dog.
Oh, of course you put an analogy next to yourself.
I was sat next to you.
Oh, I was me pointing towards you.
Right,
so that's a good first starting point. But often as well, when we're feeling anxious, it's our imagination network going in overdrive.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, definitely.
And I have a little character for this.
Right.
And he's Frankenstein.
Oh.
Frankenstein in my brain runs amok. And Frankenstein's a life-saving gift when we need him. So when our life's really under threat, like there's a car hurtling towards us and we need to mobilise and get out of the way, we want Frankenstein, right? But in everyday circumstances, like thoughts that we might have, he activates inappropriately and we want to calm him down a little bit. So if we don't, we're running in a stress response all the time, and it doesn't feel good. So that's when you might feel like you've got a racy heart, or your body's feeling tense and stuff. So a couple of ways to calm him down. What the brain likes is stability and predictability. So if you orientate your thinking to all your basic resources being met, and you tick the boxes for the brain. So I've got shelter and a roof over my head in this moment. I've got access to food and water. The brain goes, oh, tick, tick, tick.
Rationalising.
Yeah. And when you do that, you calm him down, and then you can activate your inner Einstein genius. So he's my other character, and he lives in your prefrontal cortex, the front part of your brain. That you really need to be calm, to problem solve, to get creative, all our best human being qualities. So to activate him, what he likes is curiosity, novelty, and humour. So any time to do that, once you're in a calm state, think of something funny, speak to a funny mate, watch your Manchester TV.
Well, why not?
Watch us, we'd cheer you up any day of the week.
Absolutely. So all that kind of stuff's like really good for like calming the brain and starting to get your mojo back. And M in mojo is your motivation. So when you get up in the morning, it's a neurological process, and your brain decides whether it's going to move away from threat or towards reward. And loads of people think you have to be motivated, to get stuff done. But the reverse is true. If you just take a bit of action, you're going to kickstart your motivation.
I love the sound of all
Doesn't
that.
it be such a big thing? It can just be...
But you made it sound very, very simple. So perhaps if we all just simplify life a little bit.
And I think that's the key. And the other thing is, we don't learn this stuff. I never learned this stuff at school. You don't learn it.
No.
It's only when you lose your mojo, like I did at the beginning of the pandemic, that I started learning all of this stuff to help me get my mojo back.
And if people want more advice from you, people will come to your Instagram or...
Come and follow me on Instagram, jobritton.mojo. My direct messages are always open for everybody. So don't be afraid to reach out. Let's connect. If I can help, I'm on Mission Mojo just to help as many people as possible.
That is a mission. It's a mission and a half. We want you back. So you're going to have to come back, I'm afraid.
Come back live. I love that. If you're going to give me more audience participation, I'm here for it.
I've got more of those, next time. I've got some more for you.
See, I climb up all over that. For now, though, Joe Britton, thank you very, very much.
Joe.
Right then, everybody. I loved that. I like that. I'm going to channel my inner Einstein.
Oh, I wouldn't
leave it. Just leave it.
More now Einstein then, the dog.
You're going to get a slap around your face, you one day. I tell you, honestly, both of them. Now, listen. Speaking of a fabulous way of looking after yourself and making sure you're all right, it is of course Black History Month, and Caroline Whitehead is with us all throughout this month, and she's bringing us a wonderful little conversation now with a gentleman called Mr. Wayne Bennett.
Welcome to the Whitehead Files, and I am stood almost on top of the world with Wayne Bennett. Hi, Wayne.
Hi, Karen.
This is See Me, Be Me, Black History Month special. So I want you to talk to me about how you started, what you're doing now, okay? Because he is a networker extraordinaire. So tell us what your position is now.
Well, I'm part owner and director of a technology recruitment firm in Knutsford called Fairmont Recruitment. I've been with them since November of last year. I left a big corporate recruitment agency of 9 years as associate director there, business director, more because I wanted to be an owner or part owner of a business that I'm helping to build, rather than making a lot of the business for another big corporate. So it's a very big thing for me, especially with having a family and being a kind of role model to them, that they can go out there and build a business. They can go out there and be part of the business. It's a massive passion for me, from the gender and equality and the kind of making sure that we're getting a very equal view of the world when we're dealing with technology and organisations.
Your shoulders are broader than you make out. And the reason why I say your shoulders are broader than you make out is you are the oldest of 10 children. So See Me, Be Me is a bit wider than that.
I have 6 sisters and 3 brothers, and we grew up in Manchester when it was classed as, as people would have classed it as Gunchester back then. It was a real massive time. So to be able to survive that and not get involved in that and see through that, and get my first opportunity within a recruitment agency who the managing director of the business was actually from Manchester, actually went to the same school I went to, Burnage High School, so realised where I'd come from and gave me that opportunity. And it's very much about my passion, my enthusiasm for technology, and coming out and seeing some of the companies that I'd walked past in my youth, to be able to go in there and enjoy it and talk to them about technology. So for my brothers to see that I went on the training courses, I went to college, I learned word processing, typewriting, I learned how to understand computing and networking, to see that I could progress out of what people would have destined the channel for me to go into recruitment, and to see me doing interviews and going out to big expo events and talking with, you know, high-level professionals. That was a big inspiration for them.
This guy has been nominated for the Northern Power Women Agent of Change, and I think that's fantastic.
Yes,
you've taken it in.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised. Like I said, I do a lot of the things because I genuinely enjoy the industry. I genuinely enjoy trying to influence people to see, because I built a team at a previous company. It was very diverse. It had every type of gender, individual in it, and I seen how that looked when we were coming up with ideas, how we were beating the competition just through teamwork.
Yeah.
And diversity, and I think that's why it resonated with me last week at the expo, where one of the individuals was talking about making sure that we're looking at every culture, and the lens is becoming very wide.
Yeah.
So we're capturing other people's feelings and how they see the future. So yes, for me it's a massive thing.
So what next for you? Because looking at you giving something back, I think mentoring young people of all ethnicities, I think to see you stood there, quite smart, can I say? Once again, looking sharp.
I try.
You know, mentoring young people, that'd be a fantastic step for you to give something back.
Oh, I think one of my father, God rest his soul, he passed away many years ago. One of the things he did was he used to work with children and youth and young offenders and things like that, and that was always a dream of mine. And the kind of technology recruitment kind of took me that way, but one of my dreams is still to be able to get involved in that. And I was on a board earlier this year, an organisation, again I don't know if I can mention him, Acacia Training, who work with the government to provide grants to get young people into the digital industry, into nursing and things like that. So I wanted that experience of working with an organisation that works with the government to be able to, in a future time, talk with those individuals with regards to getting that kind of help back into our community.
And that was a great opportunity via BURN, which is Black United Representation Network, and that great organisation that is creating a leadership pipeline for black professionals in Manchester, and that was an opportunity that you got with them.
I want to thank yourself and Byrne for giving me that opportunity. It was an amazing opportunity. It was a dream, especially with the organisation we did last year and the progression I wanted to do, and Byrne bringing or giving me that opportunity to get to them with yourself, and that guidance was absolutely amazing. And I can only, genuinely, every time I see their post on LinkedIn, I want to thank you and them for giving me that opportunity. And I'm still in contact with them, and I still, reached out to them if there's anybody I think they can help.
It's been fantastic. You went to Burnage High School.
Yes.
Oasis went to Burnage High School. It's Black History Month. Don't look back in anger.
From the very beginning, women have played an important part in the long struggle for freedom, right from the days of slavery, when Negro women helped their menfolk to break their chains of bondage. I would like to mention that most of these women were not of the intellectual class, but ordinary slaves. I feel certain that if I had space to do so, I would name hundreds of women doing similar work in which we are doing in different parts of the world. The names of those women are scarcely known outside of the communities in which they live and labour, but the value of their services they have rendered is far greater than can ever be fully measured or known. We had hard problems, it is true, but instead of despairing in the face of difficulties, we should, as a race, thank God that we have a problem. These were the words of Eva Moorhead Kadali. Hi, I'm Shareesa Valentine, and I'm here to invite you to an exciting new play called Forgotten Voices. It's a one-woman show inspired by the life of Eva Moorhead Kadali, and I am delighted to be playing the role of Eva. Eva came from South Africa and was fighting for freedom a long time before Nelson Mandela. However, history has forgotten her, as is often the fate of women, especially of colour. She was married to Mr. Clements Kadali. Now, he was South Africa's first black national trade union leader, and together they fought against racism. Forgotten Voices is a story of struggle and joy, pain and betrayal, but at the heart of the play is a strong, resilient woman ahead of her times.
And here with me now, we have the one and only Charissa Valentine. Hello. Now, it's quite amazing because obviously we've just had our lovely Carol Allen talking about Black History Month as well.
Yeah.
And that is exactly why this play is on very, very soon.
Yeah.
What exactly is Forgotten Voices?
So Forgotten Voices is a one-woman show, and it's inspired by the life of Eva Moorhead Kadali. And she was an amazing human.
Yeah.
She was an activist from South Africa, and she fought tirelessly against racism and for equality. And her life has ups and downs, and it's not all showed, because actually we couldn't quite get it all in. David Moorhead.
We didn't have time.
I know, bless. But David Moorhead, who is the fantastic writer and is also Eva's grandson, he wrote it. And basically we find Eva at a crossroads in her life, and it's kind of, she's in turmoil to do this or does she do that? Heart saying do one thing, but head saying do another. So yeah, we see her on a personal journey going through her life.
Very nice. So definitely, obviously, as David as her grandson, it definitely is a story that comes from the heart. Then, incredibly. And for you, it's a very different kind of role, I'm sure, to anything you've played before. Now, we know she's a South African woman. Can we expect an accent with that?
Yes.
Oh, we can. Oh, fantastic. Can we get a sneak peek of this accent?
No. I've not done my warm-up.
I've got a warm-up to do.
Oh, I'm one of those. No, they're happy with the accent. I think sometimes when you do an accent, you have to stay true to her.
Absolutely.
Eva, but also it's for English audiences as well. So we've kind of diluted it a little bit.
Because obviously certain dialects and things are harder to understand for English audiences.
Yes. And this one is Zulu. So.
Oh, Zulu. Oh, right. Okay. That
Very
really
specific.
is very specific. So obviously, because it's a true story, and you're playing this person who was real, she was alive. How did that affect creating this character almost?
Yeah, that did take it to another level, especially when you're in the rehearsal room and you have a certain amount of sensitivity towards it. Plus, because David is in the room and he is her grandson.
My grandmother would never have done that.
Thankfully, he's never said that to me, which is all good. But it's been great because the process is, if there's been a question and I'm sort of thinking, I wonder if she's thinking this at this point, or David usually goes, actually, at this moment, I've got this fact that can help. So it's been remarkable.
It's great to have that kind of sensation in the room as you're doing it.
Yeah.
So with it being obviously during Black History Month and being during that, how do you think people are going to react to seeing this kind of story? Do you think it's going to connect really well to what you're wanting to put out there?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's such an important story that I think most people will want to hear.
Yeah.
Eva was a remarkable woman. What she achieved in her life just before, where the moment of the play where we get to, everything before that is just, it's mind-blowing. And that's only half of it. So I know
so much more to see.
It should be made into a film.
Oh, right. We're going to get the film rights out. Let's go.
Let's do it.
So where can people expect to find it? What dates is it on?
So it's on at the wonderful Hope Mill Theatre in Manchester. We've got Monday the 18th and also Tuesday the 19th at 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. on the Tuesday.
Fantastic. So there's 3 shows in total.
There is actually, Monday is sold out.
Oh, so you have only got 2 shows to be able to catch this one last time.
That's right.
So Anything else you'd like to say about it quickly, though?
No, it's just an amazing play. People need to come and book and watch. They will be thoroughly entertained.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much, Shareesa.
Thank
for joining us on the show.
Thanks for having me.
And next up, we've got our ever fabulous and always incredible Paul Rudd with the weather.
Hello, my lovely weather watchers, and welcome to this week's weather forecast with me, Paul Rudd. And I'm just here swinging about this week. Now, the weather has been right changeable, hasn't it? It's been rain 1 minute, sunny spells the next. What we're going to have this week? Here's this week's weather details. Thursday is looking like rain with clouds with the temperatures of 16 degrees. Friday is looking cloudy with the temperatures of 14 degrees. And as we look forward to the weekend right now, Saturday is looking cloudy with the temperatures of 14 degrees. And Sunday is also looking cloudy with the temperatures of 14 degrees. Like I said, it's really changeable, so get your big coats on, get your thermals on, and get your glamorous hats on, and get your muffs on. Get wrapped up warm. That's it from me. Now I'm going to hand over back to the studio for this week's brilliant episode of, are you ready? Your Manchester!
Oh, I tell you.
You know what? I actually think my Mojo is Paul Rudd. I just need that.
Really?
And he
Is he
cheers
your
me
Einstein?
up. He is. He's my Einstein. He just cheers me up
And
every
why
single
not?
time.
And why not? Hey, have you heard what's going on with the soaps this week?
Well, I've heard there's a bit of a crossover.
A crossover with all the main
Yes.
soaps and what they call daytime dramas.
Yes.
They're all crossing over. There's going to be something rather
We're going
exciting
to have
going
people from Hollyoaks turning up in Coronation Street.
I know,
We're going to have people being shown and doctors that are in Holby City.
It's going to be bizarre, isn't it?
Isn't it? Why aren't we
Since
on
most
it
of
yet?
them have been in all the other soaps anyway.
Oh, I want someone to walk on that's already played a character in that soap and sort of go,
Don't I know you?
and then just walk away and that's it.
I mean, Hollyoaks is basically most... Anyway, we won't go into it. We're going to let our Haley deal with that over the next few weeks and see what it's all about. But that's going to be happening for climate change, apparently.
Yes,
It's a
for
very
climate
storyline
change.
behind that, so we'll be looking into that. We've got plenty more coming up for you in our next show, everybody, so make sure you stick around for that. In the meantime, what's a show? I don't know
What
how
a
we did
show.
it. We did it remarkably well. We're only 42 seconds over. All right, then. So thanks, everybody, so much for watching this week's episode of
Your Manchester!